You're sitting on the couch, your cat is next to you, calm, quiet, maybe even purring. Everything feels normal, then out of nowhere, your cat bites your hand or claws your arm or launches at your feet like a tiny furry assassin. And now you're just sitting there thinking, what did I even do? Because one second your cat looks adorable, and the next it acts like you've personally offended its entire bloodline. If you've ever felt like your cat attacks you for absolutely no reason, you are not alone. Millions of cat owners deal with this exact same thing. But here's the twist. Your cat is almost never attacking you randomly. It only feels random because most people completely miss the warning signs, and they misunderstand what the cat is actually trying to say. So in this video, we're going to uncover the real reasons cats suddenly attack their owners, the hidden signals your cat gives before it strikes, the biggest mistakes people make after it happens, and what your cat may actually be feeling in that moment. And trust me, by the end of this video, the way you look at your cat will never be the same again, because your cat is not crazy, not evil, not broken, but it is speaking a language most humans never learn. The attack that confuses everyone. Let's start with the moment every cat owner knows. You're petting your cat. It seems happy. It's sitting close. Maybe it's rubbing its face on you. Maybe it's purring. Maybe it even looks sleepy. So naturally you think, this is a nice moment. And then suddenly your cat turns its head and bites you. Not always a hard bite. Sometimes it's a grab, sometimes a swat, sometimes a fast, sharp warning that comes out of nowhere. That moment is so confusing because from a human point of view, affection should keep building. We think, if you liked being petted 1 second ago, why would you hate it the next? But cats don't experience touch the way we do. To humans, petting is usually comforting. To cats, petting has a limit, and that limit can appear much faster than most people realize. This is one of the biggest reasons cats randomly attack people. Overstimulation. Your cat may enjoy being touched, but only up to a certain point. After that, the feeling can go from pleasant to irritating almost instantly. Think of it like this. Imagine someone tapping your shoulder over and over and over again. At first, it's fine. Then it becomes annoying. Then suddenly, you want it to stop. Your cat experiences something similar, but instead of saying, "Hey, I need space," it uses the tools it has. Teeth, claws, body tension, and fast reactions. So what looks like betrayal is often just your cat hitting its sensory limit. And here's the part most people miss. Your cat usually does warn you first. The signs can be tiny. Tail flicking ears, turning sideways, or back skin twitching along the back, sudden stiffness in the body-wide eyes, turning the head toward your hand. Those are not random movements. Those are your cat saying, "I'm getting uncomfortable." If you miss those signals, the bite is the next sentence. So no, your cat didn't go from loving you to hating you in 1 second. You just accidentally crossed a line it tried to draw silently. Your cat is still a hunter. Now let's talk about the most dramatic attacks of all, the ankle ambush. You're walking through your house, minding your business, and your cat launches itself at your legs from behind a chair, under a table, or from the hallway shadows like it's been planning this all day. Why? Because deep inside that fluffy little house pet is a hunter. Cats may sleep on blankets, drink filtered water, and act like royalty. But biologically, they are still built to stalk, chase, pounce, and capture movement. And movement is the key word here. Your swinging hand, your toes under a blanket, your feet walking past, your hair moving, the drawstring on your hoodie. To your cat's instinctive brain, those things can light up like prey, not because your cat thinks, "I'm going to attack my owner," but because its brain says, "Something small moved, chase it." That instinct is ancient, it's fast, automatic, and incredibly powerful. This is why some cats attack most often at night. At night, cats often become more alert, playful, and predatory. Their energy spikes, your house gets quieter, movement becomes more noticeable, and suddenly your feet under the blanket become the most exciting thing in the room. To you, it feels personal. To your cat, it can feel like hunting practice. And if you've ever played with your cat using your hands instead of toys, you may have accidentally trained it to treat human body parts like targets. That's a huge mistake a lot of owners make without realizing it. When kittens wrestle with hands, bite fingers, chase toes, and get rewarded with attention, they learn something very simple. Hands are toys, feet are toys. People are part of the game. That behavior may seem cute when the cat is tiny. It gets a lot less cute when that same cat is older, stronger, faster, and suddenly grabbing your leg with all 4 paws. So sometimes the attack isn't aggression at all. Sometimes it's misdirected play mixed with predator instinct. And if that energy doesn't have a healthy outlet, you become the outlet. The real reason it feels so personal. One reason these attacks bother people so much is because they feel emotional. You feed your cat, you clean the litter box, you buy the toys, you let it sleep in your home, and then it attacks you. It can feel ungrateful, mean, almost disrespectful. But that reaction happens because humans naturally interpret animal behavior through human emotions. We assume intention, we assume revenge, moodiness, attitude, spite. We tell ourselves stories like, my cat is mad at me, my cat is jealous, my cat is just evil, my cat likes to attack me for fun. And while cats absolutely have emotions, their behavior is usually not driven by the same social logic humans use. Your cat is not sitting there plotting your downfall like a tiny villain in a fur coat. Most sudden attacks come from one of a few things: overstimulation, fear, redirected frustration, boredom, play-drive pain, territorial stress. In other words, the behavior is real, but the human story we attach to it is usually wrong. That matters because if you misunderstand the cause, you'll respond the wrong way, and the wrong response often makes the behavior worse. The most misunderstood type of cat attack. Now let's talk about one of the strangest forms of aggression: redirected aggression. This is when your cat gets triggered by something else, but attacks you instead. And this can be terrifying because it really does look random. For example, your cat sees another cat outside the window. Its body tenses, its eyes lock in, its tail starts moving, its whole nervous system is activated. It wants to react, it wants to chase, it wants to defend territory, but it can't reach the other cat. So all that tension builds up with nowhere to go, and then you walk by at exactly the wrong moment. Now suddenly you get swatted, bitten, or chased. Not because you caused the problem, not because your cat hates you, but because you happened to be nearby when your cat's stress exploded. The same thing can happen with loud noises, strange guests, barking dogs, unfamiliar smells, construction sounds, or sudden changes in the environment. Cats are incredibly sensitive. A small disruption in your world can feel huge in theirs. And when cats feel trapped, overloaded, or threatened, they can react with aggression faster than most people expect. This is one reason a cat can seem affectionate one day and aggressive the next. The difference might not be your relationship. The difference might be something in the environment you didn't even notice. Boredom, the silent cause. Now here's a reason many owners overlook completely. Your cat may simply be bored out of its mind. A bored cat is not always a lazy cat. Sometimes a bored cat becomes a chaotic cat. Imagine having the body of an athlete, the instincts of a hunter, the curiosity of a toddler, and then spending most of your day inside the same rooms with the same furniture and the same routine. That mental and physical energy has to go somewhere. And if your cat doesn't get enough stimulation, it may create its own excitement. That can mean attacking ankles, pouncing from hiding spots, biting during petting, knocking things over, zooming through the house, stalking people like prey to humans. It looks like bad behavior. To your cat, it may be the only interesting thing that happened all day. This is especially common in young cats and highly active breeds. Some cats need real, daily, interactive play, not just a toy lying on the floor. Not just one quick moment, not just the occasional laser pointer. They need stalking, chasing, jumping, catching. They need to feel like they completed a hunt. Without that outlet, their instincts don't disappear. They just come out in ways you don't like. And that's when your innocent walk to the kitchen becomes an ambush mission. Your cat may be saying, back off. There's another truth cat owners don't always want to hear. Sometimes your cat attacks because it wants control over space. Cats are very boundary-focused animals. They care about where they sit, where they hide, where they eat, where they rest, how they're touched, when they're approached. Humans, on the other hand, tend to assume affection should be available whenever we want it. We pick the cat up. We cuddle it too long. We follow it when it walks away. We pet it when it's resting. We assume a purr means keep going. But in cat language, closeness is often about choice. A cat that chooses to sit near you may trust you deeply. That does not always mean it wants to be handled. That's a huge difference. Sometimes the random attack is actually your cat enforcing a boundary. It may be saying, don't touch me there. I'm done now. I don't want to be picked up. I need space. You ignored my signals. Again, the attack feels sudden only because humans often miss the boundary before it becomes physical. And this is where many cat relationships improve dramatically once the owner starts respecting consent. Yes, even with a cat. The more your cat learns that you notice its signals and respect its limits, the safer it feels. And the safer it feels, the less likely it is to escalate when the attack is actually about pain. Now this part is important. If your cat suddenly becomes aggressive and that behavior is new, stronger than usual, or completely out of character. You should consider the possibility of pain or illness, because sometimes the problem is not behavioral first. Sometimes it's physical. Cats are famous for hiding pain. In the wild, showing weakness is dangerous. So many cats stay quiet until the discomfort becomes impossible to ignore. A cat with pain may react more strongly to touch, lash out when picked up, bite when certain body areas are touched, seem more irritable or withdrawn, hide more than usual, change eating or litter box habits. And because cats can't explain what hurts, aggression may become the message. That's why owners should always pay attention to timing. Ask yourself, did this start suddenly? Is my cat attacking more than before? Does it happen when I touch a certain area? Is my cat acting different in other ways too? If the answer is yes, it may be time to involve a vet, because sometimes what looks like bad behavior is really discomfort, fear, or pain in disguise. The biggest mistake owners make after an attack. Now let's talk about what happens after the bite or scratch. Most people react instantly. They yell, push the cat away, hit the cat, spray water, chase it, scold it. And in that emotional moment, it feels justified. But punishment usually doesn't fix the real issue. Why? Because punishment focuses on the explosion, not the cause. Your cat does not think through conflict the way humans do. It's not sitting there afterward making moral connections like, I attacked, so now I deserve consequences. More often, the cat just learns one of two things. Either the environment feels even more unsafe, or the interaction with you has become more unpredictable. And that can increase fear, stress, and defensive behavior. In some cases, punishment teaches the cat not to trust you. In other cases, it makes the cat more reactive next time because now it expects conflict. That doesn't mean you should allow the behavior. It means you need to respond intelligently. After an attack, the best move is usually to create distance and calm. Stop the interaction. Let the cat settle. Don't escalate. Then later, look for the pattern. When did it happen? What happened right before it? What was your cat doing? What were you doing? Was there noise, movement, stress, touch, or play involved? That's where the answer usually lives. Not in the attack itself, but in the seconds before it. How to stop it from happening again. So what can you actually do? First, stop using your hands and feet as toys, even in play, even as a joke, even when the cat is being cute. Use wand toys, kicker toys, balls, tunnels, and structured play sessions that let your cat hunt without targeting you. Second, watch body language earlier. Don't wait for the bite. Look for the tail flick, the stiff posture, the skin twitch, the stare, the flattened ears, the sudden tension. Third, give your cat more enrichment. This means vertical, space, window views, scratching posts, hiding spots, puzzle feeders, and regular play that matches your cat's energy level. Fourth, respect endings. If your cat walks away, let it walk away. If it stops enjoying petting, stop. If it doesn't like being picked up, don't force it. Fifth, reduce environmental stress. If your cat gets triggered by outdoor animals, block the window view at certain times. If guests overwhelm it, create a quiet, safe room. If routine changes upset it, make life more predictable. And finally, if the aggression is severe, sudden, or getting worse, talk to a veterinary professional or qualified behavior expert, because once you understand the cause, the behavior often becomes much more manageable. The truth most cat owners learn too late. Here's the truth most cat owners learn late. Cats are not like dogs, and they're not tiny humans either. Their love language is different. Their warning signs are quieter. Their boundaries are sharper. And their instincts are closer to the surface than many people realize. That doesn't make them bad pets. It makes them honest. A cat usually tells you how it feels. The problem is that it tells you in cat language. And when humans don't understand that language, we label the behavior as random. But random is often just misunderstood. The bite was not random. The swat was not random. The ankle ambush was not random. It was a reaction, a signal, a buildup, a message. And once you start seeing that, everything changes. You stop taking it personally. You stop assuming your cat is evil, and you start noticing the tiny clues that were there the whole time. So the next time your cat suddenly attacks you, ask yourself, was it overstimulated? Was it hunting? Was it bored? Was it stressed? Was it setting a boundary? Or could it be in pain? Because your cat is not just acting crazy. It may be trying, in the only way it knows how, to tell you something important. And once you learn to read that message, you don't just prevent scratches. You build trust, you build understanding, and you build the kind of bond cat owners spend years trying to create. So no, your cat probably isn't randomly attacking you. It's communicating, just with claws. If this video helped you understand your cat a little better, subscribe for more animal behavior videos and tell me in the comments, what's the weirdest random thing your cat has ever done? Because let's be honest, cats may be mysterious, dramatic, and slightly unhinged, but that's also why we love them.